Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to another session here in XM Live. This is the beginner's room. My name is Stanislav Kolev, and I'll be your trading expert in the following 1 hour in Indicators Masterclass. As most of you know, my nickname here, and not only it's an indicator shark, so I'm really into indicators. I have been backtesting, creating my own, and actually creating a lot of trading systems with indicators. And today we have, as the series says, another indicator that I want to present to you. Last week we did a little bit of just show it, but today we're going to go in details of how to use it, what other indicators we could combine it with, and if we could actually compile it in a trading system. Don't hesitate to use the chat as much as possible. Let's have this session as an open debate, as a discussion. There is nothing like a stupid, silly, or irrelevant question. Every question is very important. And even though you're not into indicators yourself, do not hesitate and maybe ask me something about a trade you've got, an instrument that you're interested in, or just say hi. So let's dive into that. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about why I use indicators and the types of indicators. I'm just going to go in the rules that we're following when we're picking the right indicators. And there are two musts and couple of requirements. And we're going to see whether the actual indicator that I'm going to present today is fulfilling the needs that we have here. It must be no repainting. What does that mean? It means that it's giving you a particular signal, and when the market continue printing candles, it is changing the previous visualization of a signal, which ultimately means that it's being giving you a signal that is a wrong signal that later on you will not be seeing at all. This is um very very bad. I've been trying to, and I have never managed to create a system and do something with the repainting indicators because of the changing value back then. So you don't really have relevant historical data because it's being changed in a fusion. um, so it is a must for me to be no repainting, and the indicator that I'm going to present is no repainting indicator. Another thing that is a must for me, it ultimately has a history. Why? And you're going to say, but why it's so important to you for you to have historical data? And the answer, the ultimate answer to that, is simply because when I have historical data, I could check if that particular indicator in history have been performing good, which is going to increase the probability that in future also would perform good as well. If I don't have historical data, I'm not able to do back testing, which is um, then you will only have to forward test it, and this is going to first take a lot of time, maybe years, for you to test if it's okay. When you have history, you could back test it a few years back and determine whether that indicator is fine or not. Few requirements here. It is a zero line or two line cross. Why I would need this? In order for me to determine, because when I'm having a particular trading system, I want it to be binary trading system, which means that I want to have an yes or no answer whether I have a signal or not. There are some indicators that are not really giving you an opportunity to yes or no, but when you have a zero line cross or two line cross, let's say two moving average crossover, or you're having um, moving average with below the chart, on the indicator window, excuse me, you're having a moving average, let's say Williams percentage range, or just any visualization changing. Chart indicator, the current one is a chart indicator, and also adjustable settings. It's very important to me, and you're going to see why it is so important um, today. With the adjustable settings, you will be able to adapt it to your trading style to make it a little bit faster or slower in a combination with other indicators as well, to tweak it according to the need and desire your trading system has on this particular indicator. Looking at the chat in XM Live Beginners Room, I'm having Andy with me. Hi, Stan. Hope you had a great weekend. Oh, weekend has been fantastic. Yesterday had a birthday party of one of my friends. Saturday spent it outside with the family, and also, of course, yesterday in the evening um, stayed until like 11, 12. It was fine. Very good time. We got a couple of Macallans, by the way. Anthony's also here with us. It's been a while. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. Welcome on board. What are you up to? If you're having any questions, trade idea setups, want to share something, and how was your weekend, everybody? And also, everyone else who is watching me right now, give me a thumbs up and tell me what are you up to and what's going on in your recent trading. That's the idea. Actually, I'm gonna keep that here, and I'm gonna flip onto the MetaTrader 4. Now, I have already given that indicator to my IT guy, and very soon I would expect it to have it also on MetaTrader 5. Why I would need it on, excuse me, why I would need it on MT5? Because I have an idea that I believe it would work with some of the other indicators that I have for MT5. But before we get there, let's just speak about it independently, and then in the following days. And of course, today we have enter exit strategies. 1 hour after this session is over, in the following session, I'll be also going in detail and maybe talking with you and see how we could improve this or maybe combine it with other indicators. So this is the visual representation of the indicator. I'm going to write down the name in the chat. It is called trend underscore candles. There is a version for MetaTrader 5. However, it doesn't have the colors that I actually need. It only have two colors. Let me try to find it so I show you the difference. Trend candles MT5. It's available on MQL5 there. And let me just take trend candles. Market. This is in for market trend candles. This I'm just getting it on MT5. No, I cannot find it from here. Anyway, um, it it has MT5, but it just doesn't have the right colors um, that I need. And in a few moments, I would explain why I would need that so much. Um, Thumbs up I've got from Keoletile. Hello, Keo. Welcome on board. I bet you are from South Africa. Let me know if that's true. Sean is also with us. Hello, Sean. Where are you from? What type of trader to everybody? And Houston also with us. Hello, Houston. Very good to see you in the chat. You could ask me anything. Andy, and now what it's called? You've got the name here. Um, it's not my personal indicator. I didn't code it. I'm not a coder. It is very anonymous. Who did that as well? And also on the inputs, you could see that it has adjustable settings. So let's get back again to the presentation. First, it is not repainting. I have been testing it on 5 different charts. It has history by itself. It is history itself, the indicator itself. Requirements. It's not a zero line on 2-line cross, but it's a chart indicator. So you have a visual flipping of colors, and it also has adjustable settings, as you could see right up here. So there are a few things that you could change and you could understand from it. I'm going to reset it right now so we have the general settings and everything is just as it is. So we are having, obviously, it's a combination of couple of indicators here. So you're having stochastic, we have the K, the D, and the slowing of stochastic, where stochastic is an indicator that is originally integrated in all the MetaTrader platforms, and not only like in all platforms out there. Um, and just one moment so I get to it. And also you're having um, overbought and oversold territory that you could adjust that is coming from the stochastic. Also, you could change the width of the bar and the candle width, which is not really something that you could improve and change the indicator. It's just more for a visual representation. You could also turn on and off Heikenashi. And you're saying, oh, it has Heikenashi included in it, and Stan probably is going to love it. And this is pretty true because um, I have a few systems with trend following systems that um, I am using Heikenashi with, and I could gladly say that it's a very good indicator because it is removing most of the noise on the Japanese candlesticks or the bars, whichever you're using. Keoletile is from Botswana. Very welcome. We have a lot of viewers from Botswana. Dr. Salem, also with us. Hello, doctor from Libya. Thank you very much for sharing. How are you doing since when you're a trader? If you want to share something about you guys, I'll be glad to know. And also, if you could ask me anything, I'll be glad to share. And also, not only just you've got the Heikenashi, but you have a Heikenashi moving average. I'll be tweaking that in the following um, thing. And also, this is a combination with a moving average called HAMA. Um, and we have been using it before. I'm trying to find, to see, trying to see if there is a particular quick hammer I could add. Um, I'm going to show it probably in the next session, not to lose time. Actually, not to lose, but to invest time to download it right now. It is a moving average that is changing and flipping colors, very identical to, I would say not very, but somehow identical to exponential moving average. This is just the whole combination with whole um, moving average, but also the visual representation is a little bit more different. Sean is from Kenya. Thank you very much, Sean, for um, sharing. Welcome on board. What type of trader you are? And yeah, if anyone, Rafael, hello, Rafa. Thank you very much for being part of this session. If anyone is using ICT strategies here, I have to say that I am very bad with abbreviations. If you want to share what ICT stands for, if it is, um, yeah, if you want to share what ICT stands for, I'll be glad to answer. I'm really bad um, with abbreviations, and so please be welcome to share with me. And also, if you are using it, maybe you enlighten me into that, because I have to tell you, I don't know everything about the markets, but I know my stuff, and that's definitely indicators. So when I click OK, Let me just flip colors here. Yeah, when I click OK here, you have three different colors.